Let's move on to Aave. Aave. Interesting DeFi protocol known for lending and for its very tall and intelligent leader, Stani Kulachov. I think I butchered his last name there, Zach. You can correct me. But they're launching a new
All that
protocol.
was true.
Oh, cool. I nailed it. Stuck the landing.
Nice.
That's perfect. So Aave has been working behind the scenes on a new protocol that's supposed to be used for social media, almost be like a Twitter, but for Web3. It's called Lens Protocol. They've announced its arrival. It's going to be on Polygon, which is basically a chain built on top of Ethereum, so it has cheaper transactions and it's a little bit faster. They've announced a grant program for about $250,000 for anyone who wants to be able to use it. And they've launched with about 50 different applications on top of this protocol as well, using NFTs as a minter. A lot of people have been talking about this protocol coming to light for a while. Aave's been actually decently public about like their ambitions to use Web3 to take over Twitter and build something that's an alternative to Twitter. And a nice cap on this story from about a week ago was when Stani from Aave was booted from Twitter for tweeting that he was the quote-unquote interim CEO of Twitter, which the mods did not respect. And so they took him off Twitter for a little bit. It was a nice little head nod for a week later when he launched his protocol. Zach, I'll give it to you. Interesting to get your take on this.
I'm just sad because I didn't sign like the launch letter or something with my wallet like 2 months ago, so I couldn't mint a profile on Lens Protocol. I'm just sad about that. I'm missing out. I'm having FOMO.
I'm sorry.
But it is interesting. It is interesting, and doff of the cap for the marketing growth hack on the Twitter ban. Going to Twitter jail ahead of this product announcement, masterstroke. Interesting to see if that's going to fuel engagement. But it really speaks to, again, that big idea premise of what decentralized social media can be. You know, one man's funny shitpost is another moderator's impersonation attempt. And in some instances, it's good to have a moderator with a a thumb on the finger, a thumb on the what? A thumb on the ban button. But in others, like it's not great. And so I think the whole Twitter jail episode with Stani sort of illustrated some of the big ideas that are behind things like Lens Protocol. Of course, the question is, are people going to use it? Are people going to migrate there? Right now, crypto Twitter is kind of popping. That's where the party is. Are people really going to go to this other thing, this offshoot, late on a Friday night and try to make a conversation happen among the three other people who signed their wallets to the whitelist? I don't know. It could happen. It might work.
Are we doing that
but
here,
for
though?
now, Twitter is the giant in the room. But anyway, what's up? What's going on?
I was going to say, aren't we doing that here? Just a couple of us talking without a whitelist.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Jim.
guess so. Yeah, interesting.
It's an interesting observation. I zeroed in on that exact thing, Zach. Like, how do we get people to use this? Like, the intention is great. And I think that it was really hilarious that Stani got booted from Twitter just a week before this news came out. I wonder if he was trying to get booted or if it was all coincidence, but just like marketing. So the story talks about bringing developers into the ecosystem so that they can build their own decentralized social media networks where users fully own their data. Now, I think it's also so important to bring educators, storytellers, and marketers so that people can tell people why it's important to own your own data. I think there are so many people operating in the Web 2 world who don't really understand how it's beneficial to them. And I think the two most important narratives come when we talk about monetization and privacy. And so I think it's great that we are attracting developers. We need people to build the things, but we also need people to tell the stories. And so I hope that we see a focus there. Wendy?
I'm with you.
What do you got?
Yeah, I just want to say we've seen so many different decentralized social media platforms come into play. And all I care about at this point is seeing which one is going to be the savior. Because as far as I'm concerned, if and when Elon Musk does in fact acquire Twitter, I do think he's really going to push it and make it like a crypto Web3 type of platform. We're already kind of seeing some of those ideologies play out with some of his most recent tweets. He is the most epic shit poster on Twitter. And he also reminds me of that kind of weird uncle, but that's another story. Anyways, I'm just excited to see who prevails.
Actually, kind of interested in what you're going to say there, but we can leave it for later. It's interesting.
He's just, you know when you go
Talk
to a
off.
family party and you have like that uncle that's just like there and he's just kind of like
I was just
he's like,
imagining your family party and Elon, like an Elon-esque character.
I mean, okay, because
Mm.
I'm friends with a lot of musicians, and you know, my sisters, we all have like interesting friends. So when people come over to my mom's house for like Thanksgiving or whatever holiday it is, it's always like a very unique group of people. And I can just see like Elon Musk walking through the front door, just being like, "Hey, can I get some pasta and some meatballs?" And my mom being like, "Go sit at the stairs. You didn't wash your hands." I don't know. Just repeat. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We love it.
Interesting
We love it.
situation
Took an
there.
interesting turn.
We love it.
This
That was a
took an interesting
beautiful.
turn.
That was a beautiful painting of. I love that. All right, we're gonna shut it down. There's no topping that.